back for, what's it, week 4?
Yeah, week 4.
See, I know you guys are noticing one person not here at the moment.
Yeah, she's setting the course there.
You get me?
Killing it on Insta this week.
Yeah, that's a fact still. She's abroad living life, but you know, she'll be back for the next one.
She'll be back for the next one. So yeah, we missed Nicole, but the show's got to get the show going. But yeah, so it's a different kind of episode this week. We're just gonna talk music and everything.
Yeah, we'll have a little relaxed one this time. Just like literally have a discussion between me and obviously Bezz and discuss like the latest things to come out this week. You know, yeah, it's just gonna be like a little relaxed conversation. And yeah, man.
Let's get it going. So to start it off, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, this week, obviously, I think the one thing I can remember that I know I was listening to was Ray's tape. Like,
I haven't listened to it, but I've heard good things.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not. You know what? I knew what type of angle she would go for, and I'm happy that she did still. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's good that she's sort of she's having her moment. Although she's always been having her moment, I think more and more she's become very, very much dominant. I think the #1 female spot, she might be able to challenge for it or even take it still.
Oh, no, but she's got. See, I don't want to say she's got stiff competition as such, yeah, but there's competition in that lane though for #1 female spot.
I hear that, but her pen game is nuts. You get me? 17, I think it was 17 or 18 when she wrote that Jack Jones record.
Yeah.
And you get me? That went platinum or double platinum, but it did numbers.
Yeah.
You get me? I remember not knowing that she was the one that wrote it or was the one singing. I'll be hearing that record everywhere. I found out she was the one, and I was like, bro, like, congrats to you. And even then, she has a few jams on there that I normally wouldn't be like, I'd see it, I'm not gonna listen to that, but like, I think I listened to a Cigarette. Cigarette's a banging record, a banging song still, with Steph London, Mabel.
I need to listen to it.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a vibe still, it's a vibe still.
I've been listening to quite a lot. Do you know I've been listening to mainly this week Project? I haven't really listened to like singles. So the project I've been listening to mainly is Posties and from Post Malone.
I didn't even take it.
I think that's cold. There's a tune on there, Blame It On Me, dig it. So yeah, I've been feeling it. It's too early for me to say it's better than this first album, but I've been really into it, so I've been enjoying that. Styles P's new album.
Oh, he dropped a new album?
Yeah, he dropped a new album. He's my favourite rapper.
Oh, I think I saw him tweet something like his son produced a track on there or something.
Yeah, his son produced a track on it, that was his favourite
track. That's
track.
Still, that's it.
And I think he's got another album coming, because he said that, because someone asked him, he was doing like a question time, whatever they do on Twitter, ask Ghost, and he said he's got another album. His next album is his favourite album. Because this album was very kind of like the old styles, and he's had quite a lot of like personal things going on behind closed doors. But since it happened, all the projects he hasn't really addressed any of those issues.
Oh, so now he's like
music. So I think the next album is probably what's going to address like a lot of those topics, because this album was very the old Styles P, like it was really gritty. That was going on a lot of bars, like you get bars with Styles P.
You know the thing with Styles P, yeah, like he's always hard, but he's never gonna get that recognition I feel he deserves, sort of.
Nah, do you know what it is? I think they get the recognition they deserve, because the only type of people that will give them recognition are people who love hip hop, and I've always loved hip hop through and through from the jump. So like, he's not gonna get respect from people who they weren't listening to like hip hop in the 90s, like 94s and stuff like that. Like, he's not gonna get respect from people who weren't listening to like the old Jay-Z. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that type of, you have to listen to hip hop from that era for you to be into this new type of to people like Styles P.
Would you say, yeah, looking at his career, and like, you know, you say from the beginning till now, do you think like he's either underachieved or overachieved? So that's what you get me. That's what I'm saying. He's not really getting the like.
But alright, cool. I think it's subjective here, because I can't say Styles P is underachieved. If I look at the big picture, people like him weren't even supposed to like.
Yeah.
They came from a era like when people now are hearing hip hop is pop. No, if that makes sense. They were underground, like they were fighting to get a foot in the door, like they were fighting to be
proper gritty,
like proper gritty, like these were real street like street gritty kids, like they're from. This is DMX, like before the DMX that was shutting down festivals. Like these men were never meant to get through the door.
Yeah, it's true.
So you can't really say they underachieve because they overachieve and they open the door. Like this is what a lot of people don't get here. The likes of like obviously we know the main people, the Biggies, the Jay-Z's, the Nas. They're the people say open the doors, but it wasn't just them. There were a lot of people who created great projects that are timeless. Like his catalogue has never been below par. If you're talking hip hop, rap, like, but what you're saying is, yeah, like, and they never tried to go away from what.
That's what I don't
they didn't try
That's what I think
to become mainstream.
It is subjective. Like they've never wanted to be like number one rapper in the world sort of thing.
Yeah.
See, like.
That wasn't their
metric.
metric.
Know they can bar, like,
Yeah.
you get me. Jadakiss, Styles P, like
the locks.
them man can bar very well. So
it's like Fab, as Fabulous, underachieve or overachieve.
I think Fab is happy in his lane still.
That's what I mean. Like he's been consistent in doing what he does. But what Fab does better than people like Styles, I would guess, is he's always relevant even with the young kids. Like,
I think he's good at collaborating.
He's always dropped a great project like either every year or the other year.
I've always wondered why them man don't want to I don't know, because like I think they just seem like mad comfortable doing what they're doing. Maybe that's what happens.
Yeah, but that's what they want, and they're not kids no more.
Yeah,
so the hunger, what they're motivated by. They're not trying they're not trying to get those. You know how you get these new rappers that are like. They tweet you all their recognition. Like you get all these Drake facts.
These millions sold in 1 week, best streaming artists.
All that stuff is probably new to people like Jada and all of that stuff. Because remember, in them days, the only thing you can show off is physical copies. You can only say, I sold a million. And the way they measured it is your tape the hottest tape on your block? That's the era they come from. Like, is your tape the hottest in New York? Like, I
think the competition was a lot harder.
Like it was how the streets was moving. If your project ain't moving in the streets and people ain't driving down and bumping your thing, like it's not hot to them.
That's what I'm saying. It's a different time. That's what I'm saying. Even look at A&R as well. Like in general, like it's a different time. I was chatting to someone. Do you know they told me how they used to scale artists and that. Like they used to get music magazine and I have to read it and get different shows and look out for different shows when it's happening and the person who co-signed or wrote about the show, you'd be like, okay, cool, that person wrote about the show, that show, yeah, let me go and check them out. And then from there it was sort of like radio would sort of help as well. You'd have to listen to the radio and hear records. I'm thinking, wow, imagine that in this day and age. Like people buy music magazines just to pick up an artist. I'm thinking,
ain't nobody doing that. You just gotta follow IGTV and
you get me? Like you're picking up a magazine. It's not like you can hear someone. You're just like, okay, cool. Like this one has an interesting name. Like you have to actually physically go out to their show and all of that stuff.
Now ask the question: who's picking the artists? Like I don't know how to explain it. Like. Do you get what I'm trying to say? They were going through magazines, and then they will help the artist create the hit. Like they will be. That's why. Remember the time I was talking about. There's no such thing as what is it? Not artist management, but they're not looking after artists.
They're not developing.
There's no artist development. There's no such thing as artist development. Whereas back in the days, they take the artist and they develop them.
I think we got social media to blame still.
Like so, is that good? Because
I think. Do you know what it is? I think it's a good and it's a double-edged sword. And why I say that is because cool. If you are an artist and social media is there to help, you've already built a following or stuff. Like you get me. Labels can't really labels don't really have the formula of how to build an organic following or a little fan base. They can give you the right exposure, etc. Put elements around.
Once labels get involved, it's not organic anymore.
You get me? So even then, when the social media, you come with a bit more leverage, a bit more on your own terms, because you don't have to go to the label to get distribution or popularity and all of this stuff. Like Twitter, Facebook, all of these things can monetize what you're doing. But what I say is it's a curse.
It's smokes and mirrors, because with social media, like us, we know there are ways people kind of can cheat their way into getting themselves to go viral or getting more attention on their space. And I think labels now are tapping into that. They're knowing that it's like it's the influencer age. It's now that you can be an influencer, you tap into influencers. It's not just music industry, fashion industry as well. They have to utilize influencers. Like it's not like before where you only send your clothes or your product to celebrities. Nowadays they might have to send
So,
a
like,
top to
Insta,
an influencer or whatever. So it's like now
it's a different game
it's
still.
a different game. So I think I don't like it's weird, isn't it? Because does that mean that the people in the music game aren't as they don't have as much knowledge as people before, or they don't really know what they're doing, or it's more gimmicky? I can't really say.
I think it's just a case where, like, you know, everyone has access to the internet and social media, so the competition already is going to skyrocket already, you know. Like, so even then, having said, it's just how do you filter? Like, it takes a lot of filtering, like to find out, you know, what's going to take off and what's not going to take off. I don't know, man. It's a hard one. But even going back to what I said about it being a double-edged sword, I've already said why it's a good thing, but why I say it's a bad thing also, just like, I don't know how to put this, but it's just cool. You have social media. Everyone comes through social media. There's a lot of people on social media, etc. And there's a lot of opinions and etc. Like certain things where, like, music is subjective. Music is subjective. So what a lot of people say can influence you here and there. So yeah, there's no right and wrong in it. So I don't know, man. I think that one's just gonna be.
Now I can think, what's the negative about social media and music here? I think the viral era is because this is what it links into, kind of like the whole everyone sounding the same, and it trickles down into that type of thing. Yeah, we got this new viral era where people are getting signed just for going viral now. And people are getting signed just for having followers.
But you know what it is? It's working. Like, you get me.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not a bad thing or a good thing.
I'll say it's a good thing. Like, it's a good thing whereby for the business anyway. It's a good thing for the business.
Yeah, it creates an opportunity.
You already know that. Okay, boom. This person has X amount of followers. Like, you know, and the song's already moving X amount a day already because they got a large following. So you're already like, cool. I can sign that record and I know I can push it, get someone in the top 40, top 20, whatever, etc. But where the problem has is that when you get a lot of those people aren't really sometimes artists. They're just people that, you know, that just.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. Is it a bad thing? Because like I'm very commercial minded, so I'm gonna put that aside. I'm just gonna think about the art. In terms of just the art, like creating, and we want quality music, right? Is that reducing the quality of music we're gonna get? Like, would it reduce, or is it? Should it? Would it? That type
it doesn't
of
reduce
thing?
the quality of music we get, but it just reduces the quality of, like, it doesn't reduce the artist's quality of music, but it just reduces the type of, the quality of the music that's becoming popular.
That's becoming popular. Yeah. So what we're being exposed to.
Yeah, you get me.
But in terms, obviously, we still have lots of quality artists out there. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Like,
but the standards are.
I'll never argue that people, like, there's dope artists out there, innit? But in terms of being exposed to and what the consumers are getting, the fact that people get signed, their music can go further. The music can travel further, even if it's garbage, just for having a following, just because you have a following. So you can be an influencer. An influencer could create a music that's a gimmick, and because they have a following, because they already have an audience, it travels further and it's exposing them. And labels will tap into that because of the business side of things. But I'm saying, in terms of the art, is the art going to suffer? Or, like, is it suffering? Because now everyone might jump on the bandwagon and think, if I don't make a gimmick, or if I don't do this, if I don't follow suit, or if I don't do that, the label won't sign me. I won't be able to. So everyone.
You are right on that aspect. That raw, like, in terms of the, it does have a knock-on effect, because, like, people are saying, like, if you see as an artist, say I'm an artist now. Cool, I'm trying hard, I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z, this and that, build my following, and then I just see like a gimmick act. And so I'm just making a song and it just blown up. Of course I'm gonna, like, although I'll be happy for the person, low key I might feel away because I'm feeling like, bro, like, I put my heart and soul into this, I'm working hard for this and that, etc. And someone just come along.
Like a man's not hot, just comes.
Someone just like, not taking the piss, but like, they've made
obviously it's not intentional, like, everyone's trying to eat.
So, but they've sort of like not dumbed it down, but they've sort of like, I don't know how to.
Just think about it. Let's say, like, I'm a full-time artist. Like, I'm making hits. I'm not, okay, maybe it's not hits, but I'm in the studio. I'm cooking. I'm going hard. I'm not signed to a label, innit? Like, obviously there's the argument. Some people don't want to get signed. Some do, whatever, innit? But at the end of the day, we're all fighting for a deal. Either it's with a label or with a brand or whatever.
Everyone wants a deal, man.
You want a deal with something. We're all signing to book the paper, innit? You see Michael Dapper come along, create man's not hot, yeah. You know it's a gimmick. We all know it's a gimmick. We all know it's a joke, innit? But then you see the label go off and sign that, and they put resources, they put money into that, they put effort into pushing that into like it's a tune, like it's music, like it's whatever. When everyone knows that came as a gimmick, but they're pushing it like, and then you're sitting there thinking, bro, like,
do you know what?
Like, why are we pushing the real music?
Because the reason behind that is because the label knows. With them, for example, with the Man Not Hot, like when it was taken off, etc., went viral. It increased the chances of the track making a lot more money. When labels see traction or they see something moving, movement, they're like,
it's always up.
Moving
up.
You get me? They're gonna slap a bit more peas behind it, this and that. But if it's something like they put the track out and then like they're not seeing the traction that they thought they would see, they're not gonna throw more peas at it because it's like. You get me? It's just digging a grave, so it's just like it doesn't really make sense, sort of thing. So
yeah, I agree with you. Cool. So like, even if we all know it's gimmicks, yeah. Let's say if you're a more intelligent artist, yeah. Would you advise them to tap into that, or would you say, don't compromise your art? Like, how would you think people can go around flipping it?
I think it depends on how you execute it. Because obviously execution will definitely determine whether you're compromising your art or not. Yeah. So like if someone, for example, now, cool, let's use Krypton Cones as an example. They obviously recently opened up Krypton Cones, etc. And I'm seeing online that they're doing like a promo music video sort of thing, etc. Cool. From hearing it, it's already a bit like, not saying it's gimmicky, but you already know it's not like what
that's not music.
Yeah, you get me. That's not what they'll probably do on an average day in the studio sort of thing, etc. Yeah. So it can work to your advantage. It just depends on how you execute and how you go about doing it. Sometimes, like I wouldn't expect them to do like a mad pop record with like singer in the background and all this stuff and like sound like what's it called, like Calvin Harris. And like you get me. That's when it's just like bro, you really went left. But hearing that is just like cool. Like they've taken it somewhere else, but they haven't really compromised their sound. It's just like bro, you're still gonna get cracked and going.
Like, cause I would be like. Depends how intelligent you are, innit? Because you get a lot of artists that they're all about art, like the art.
Yeah, man. Some people, yeah.
Then you get the smart ones who are like,
I'm here for money.
I'm here for money, and I'll use the art. And you tap into gimmicks, and you tap into how the culture's moving and what's popping. Like, if you're smart, we live in like the viral era, and like everything's all internet, social media based. It's all about followers, and so that's something we said a few weeks back about. As an artist now, you have to be a brand. You can't just be about being a musician.
Yeah, because there's so many different elements that combine and make the artist.
Elements now. So if you want to further your brand, you got to be smart. You got to be commercially aware. Like, so you got to tap into what's popping. Like, if you not become Michael Dapper and stuff, it's not hot, but
you definitely have to play that.
You got to play the game.
Yeah, that's what I told a lot of people. Like, I hear sometimes being like strong-minded or strong-headed and not wanting to like do anything else, challenge yourself. And like it can be good, but sometimes you're leaving yourself in a box because because you're just comfortable within your own sound. Sometimes like try a new thing, etc. and play the game.
Play the game.
That's how a good business.
It's like Jay-Z, you come out of nowhere with definite auto-tune. I'm thinking.
Because at the same time, like bro, like I get like it's all about the art, but at the same time. We're still in a business, so like it needs to be a hybrid of both, and have to learn how to.
Else you won't last, man.
You won't you can't be just about one thing and only one thing because it won't like okay, cool. Being a creative is all well and good and etc. But sometimes it's not. Business-wise, not sustainable. Yeah. So therefore, how are you gonna sustain yourself and like maintain your creativeness and trying to get around? Like you need to be able to sustain yourself. So obviously, with that being said, you have to learn how to maneuver yourself as a business, run as a business, do certain things that. You necessarily might not be able to do, but at the same time, will elevate you to someone else where you don't have to do that no more.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
Elevate yourself, put yourself in a place where then you got enough and you're like, cool, I could do whatever I want now.
It's as simple as that. Like,
do whatever I want. That's a good point.
You get me? But I think a lot of artists don't want to do that because social media is sort of like a facade whereby they don't really see the 10,000 hours. You get me? They just see the end result. And Jay-Z even said it in his interview with David Letterman. He was just like, wow.
They idolize the result.
Yeah, you get me? They don't want to emulate the process sort of thing. So it's just like, bro, like, fam, like. And when he said that, I was like, wow, that hit me. I was like, it's the truth, like, you get me?
No, but it's a fact. But it's at the end of the day, though, you have to think. People really don't want to glorify how it is it takes for people to get somewhere.
But I think
nobody wants to glorify that.
They need to. People need to stop doing that. Because even look at it, like going back to the crypto coding thing. Cool. I saw a tweet where they tweeted, "Oh yeah, we're gonna open a shop in 2014, bro."
Yeah.
4 years later, they've only now just opened up the shop.
Facts.
And it's gonna take a lot more. Like as in any business that you open, it takes about 5
5
years.
years.
You get me? So you get me? That's nearly a decade, bro. That's 9 years. You get me? Like
So
you get me? Like it's a lot of hard work.
Like,
Like,
even talking about the crypto and Conan thing, yeah.
Mhm.
I love the fact that I'm seeing them making moves. Yeah. And you know one thing I think we're only just catching into. There are a lot of people who congratulate on our culture for always making sick moves. Like, but a lot of our musicians, we've got some musicians out there who make moves, and I don't think people know like these man are
Do you know,
making
a man
moves,
that
like a G-Fresh,
J2K. Like
J2K, this one, not a lot of people knew.
That's what I'm saying. But
And
his
that's
one,
one thing, even now, a lot of people know.
his one, yeah, you get me. Like
His patterns,
I
man.
salute him because that one, that transition. I'm definitely sure, like, not to put your business out, he's definitely a millionaire off that.
Of
'Cause,
course he
like, you
is.
get me, like the crypto, it's everywhere. Like, you get me, it's everywhere. But I see
The man
it-
said, I'm gonna take some time away from Crep for that
You
to
get me?
focus on other
You
projects.
get me now. There's other ventures and this and that.
We got Creps and Cone.
So, like,
involved
definitely
with that,
salute it.
yeah.
Because 100%, like music, everyone knows that music's not gonna. No one has a lifetime career in music, innit? You get me?
No,
Like,
it's
so
a short career.
for me, the music is just the beginning. It's how you get the income, and then from there, like, it's what you do with your popularity.
But I like that because now, even for the younger generation, obviously we always had the example of like Jay-Z and Diddy, but it's close
We never
to
had,
home.
we never had our own UK
Close
sort
to
of thing.
home now, so now it's like we're really sharing that bond, like it's inspiring for me.
Yeah,
It makes me
man,
think,
yeah, man. When I saw that, I was just like, wow, like, get
you're
me.
doing great.
And the menu's looking banging as well.
Hey, the snaps.
The menu's looking banging.
Snaps,
The menu's banging
Drew
still.
say Credence kind of.
It's kind of quick still, but might have to get a little bit on a young one quick.
But nah, that's it. Thank you for tuning in again to the Turnt Table. Keep it locked and keep enjoying.
Get me.
Be back.
For those who miss Nicole, she won't be back next week. I'm joking. She's gonna be back next week. But yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Ready,
Get me.